بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده المنتجب ورسوله المرتضى، وأشهد أنكم الأئمة الراشدون المهديون المعصومون المكرمون. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Let's have a quick discussion now on the different appearances of the angels. What do the angels look like? How are they? Are they what we think? For example, I'm sure if you're like me and you've grown up with Christian imagery around you, you probably think of an angel sort of like a giant illuminated butterfly, where it has large wings and a slender body. No, this is totally untrue, although we have the mention of wings, etc. But this has crept into our minds from Christian imagery. What we believe is that the angels are not physical at all. They don't have, they're not physical in their essence. Wings, Quran mentions that the angels have wings, okay? So when we say that they have wings or they don't have wings, what I mean is they don't have wings as we understand the physical wings to be, because angels are not physical creatures. So the wings are metaphorical for other things. For example, the power that they have, the elegance that they have, the grace that they have. So wings should not be understood in that when I think of an angel, I think of a kind of butterfly with wings, although they can take on physical manifestations, as I will describe. So what manifestations do we know the angels can come in? So the first one, which is mentioned in history, is that Jibreel alayhi salam sometimes used to come in the form of someone called Dihya Kalbi. Dihya Kalbi was one of the Prophet's companions who was very good looking indeed. He was very handsome. Dihya himself participated in some of the battles of Islam, and in the year 6 AH, he was sent with a letter to take to the Emperor of Rome. So he was one of the emissaries of Rasulullah. Jibreel used to sometimes come in his form and talk to Rasulullah. Sometimes the angels can come in the form of another human being. It doesn't have to be Dihya Kalbi, but in the form of other human beings. For example, Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam says, Marra bi abi alayhi salam rajulun. My father, meaning Imam Baqir, was in the state of tawaf around the Kaaba, and a man walked past him and tapped him on the shoulder and said, I have some questions which none but you can answer. Once my father completed the tawaf and the namaz of tawaf, he called that man over and answered his questions. When he left, my father told me, Hada Jibreel. This was Jibreel. So they have continuous, they're in touch with the angels, they have continuous link with the angels learn from our imams. Sometimes, number 3, the angel can come in the guise of a bird. That has also been mentioned in our scriptures. And sometimes, of course, they can come and they would not be seen by anyone else except for the imam of the time. We say that they come down and they go up, and the Quran confirms this, and spiritual realities are always going up and down. The question is, they come down to the earth. Where do they go? Do they land on a mountain? Do they land in the sea? Do they go onto the land? Is it Makkah they come to? Is it Karbala they come to? Is it Najaf they come to? Where do they go? This is the beautiful point. Agha Jawadi says, and this is confirmed by Ahadith as well, they always descend upon the purified heart of the perfect human being of that time. And the perfect human being of every time is one of the imams of that time. So today, if we were to say that any spiritual reality, any angel, any communication from Allah, any inspiration, etc., is coming down to earth, it will be coming onto the Qalb-e Nazanin, the delicate, beautiful heart of Imam Zaman. He receives all of these things. The angels go to him, and even when they go up again back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or the heavenly realm, they begin their ascension from Imam, and they finish their descent with the Imam, and then they go and do the rest of the work. Because why? because we have this concept that the Imam of the time is the link between the earth and the heavens. He is the thing that actually stabilizes this relationship between Allah and us. Otherwise, we are too far from Allah. We are too distant from Allah. How can we even think about hearing the words of God, the revelation of God? We are nowhere near that position. We need someone who is at that position, who can then hear from him and communicate to us. Look at this hadith regarding this concept that I've just described. Ma min malakin. There is no angel. Yuhbituhu Allahu fi amrin. That Allah sends down to the earth with a job to do, with a matter to take care of. Ma yuhbituhu. He doesn't send the angel illa bada'a bil imam, except that the angel will start his journey from the point of the imam. The angel will first come to the imam of the time and then go out and do everything he needs to do. فَعَرَضَ ذَلِكَ عَلَيْهِ. Allah presents these angels to the imam. وَإِنَّ مُخْتَلَفَ الْمَلَائِكَةِ. And the place of coming and going of the angels مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ تَبَارَكَ وَتَعَالَى, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, إِلَى صَاحِبِ هَذَا الْأَمْرِ, is to the imam of the time, the Sahibul Amr. He is the one that acts as this bridge between heaven and earth. He is the one who acts as this intermediary between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Dua Nudba, we recognize this reality. What do we say in Dua Nudba? Aina babullahi alladhi minhu yu'ta. When we are lamenting that we don't have our 12th Imam with us, we ask this question: where is the gate of God from which they may enter? Where is that gate of God? We need some kind of gateway to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because we're too far. We need someone to help us along. We need someone to direct us and channel us towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the angels take orders from the Imam, they do his bidding, they do what he commands them, and he directs them. Where is this the most apparent? It is the most apparent on Laylatul Qadr, Shab Qadr. The night of Qadr is the maximum time that this thing happens, this reality takes place. But is it limited to Shab Qadr? No, it is not. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr tanazzalul malaikatu war-ruhu fiha bi'idhni rabbihim. It's mentioned in Quran, but it's not limited to the night of Qadr. It can happen anytime. Our Imams are constantly in touch with Allah, the angels, the angelic realm. So this is one instance, and it's the most concentrated time, for example, but there are other times as well. Is this only limited to the Imams? No, it is not. Even Janab Fatima, salamullahi alayha, had this quality of being in touch with the angels. Look at this hadith from Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salam. He says, Kana Jibra'il ya'atiha fayuhsinu aza'aha. Jibra'il used to visit Hazrat Fatima and even used to give her condolences ala abiha, on the death of her father. After the Holy Prophet passed away, Jibra'il would come and even offer his condolences to Hazrat Zahra. وَيُطَيِّبْ نَفْسَهَا وَيُخْبِرُهَا عَنْ أَبِيهَا. He would give her even news about her father in the hereafter. وَيُخْبِرُهَا بِمَا يَكُونُ بَعْدَهَا. He would even tell her of future events that were going to happen after even she passed away. فِي ذُرِّيَّتِهَا. About her children and her future generations. وَكَانَ عَلِيٌّ عَلَيْهِ السَّلَامُ يَكْتُبُ ذَلِكَ. And while these conversations between Jibra'il and Bibi Fatima were going on, who was there? None other, of course, than Amirul Mu'mineen, sitting there on the side, writing down these conversations, writing down this news which Jibra'il was bringing. فَهَذَا مُصْحَفُ Fatima. And this became known as the Mus'haf of Janab Fatima, the Book of Fatima, which we believe has gone on to pass hand to each of the Imams, and now it is in the possession of Imam Zaman, Ajalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. So these are all realities which are happening. Imams are Mukhtalaful Malaika.